Marvel Movie Minute, a daily podcast in which we smash apart the films of the Marvel Cinematic Universe into 1-minute chunks so we can analyze them in scrupulous detail. I'm Kyle Olson from the Road to Infinity podcast.
Hey, and I'm Rob Cabasco, and I was wondering as we were heading into this minute, when in my life have I had a big revelation? Like, when is something like I thought this, and then someone goes, no, it's this.
Or and you had one of those things where you have to say, wait, say that again?
Right? Like, what did you say? Like, I mean, like when you're a kid, I mean, like, it's obviously like Empire Strikes Back, spoiler, Darth Vader is Luke's father, right? Yeah. And you just went, what? In life, like, this happened, what? They did what? Like, this person, a friend, like, they said what? Like, what's your reaction to that? Like, how does it make you feel? And like, what goes on in that? I had those feelings during this play, as we said, right? This two-person conversation.
Yeah, minute 28 of 2008's Incredible Hulk, directed by Louis Leterrier, is basically a mini play. It's 3 characters in a room, even though only 2 of them get to speak. Poor Major Spar.
Right.
There the whole time just doing her diligent
she's
work.
She's busy hacking.
Yeah, she's trying to get in, trying to figure out what's going on with the computer. And so it really is just Blonsky trying to get a handle on what's going on, and Ross kind of stonewalling him. And he gives a little bit, but then he also is, it's like he giveth and he taketh away. He's showing some stuff, but not showing anything.
So here we have Tim Roth, William Hurt, 2 very distinguished actors.
Yeah.
When they read the script, do they look at this and go, oh, a scene where we get to act?
Yeah, and like they get to be excited, like, oh, I don't have to run around and jump and shoot and pretend and stare at a tennis ball.
There's no CGI. There's nothing. There's no green screen. Like,
it's really just like saying lines to each other.
It's just us looking at each other,
acting and reacting.
Yeah, that's what this is.
Yeah, and this was Tim Roth's first day.
Really?
Yep. This was shooting this scene was his first day on set. So he fresh out the thing. He had not shot a single action thing and not met any of those other guys yet. And it's like his day 1, he gets to put on the suit. They slap a bunch of dirt on his face and say, all right, you've just had this big encounter with the Hulk and action.
Wow.
And action.
Acting, people.
Right.
That's awesome because he pulls this off really well.
Yeah. You would never know. Yeah. This is why you hire top tier talent.
There we go.
Speaking of which, William Hurt. So William Hurt actually gets to the last stuff here. What's your history with William Hurt?
He was in the 70s and 80s, not in a lot of movies I saw.
Yeah, I agree.
As an adolescent or a teenager.
Yeah.
Just not. Because like The Big Chill, wasn't he in The Big Chill? Like, you know what I mean? Like movies I was just like, oh, at the time, I'm like, well, I know these are important movies, but they weren't on my list.
No.
To see.
The stuff that came out, he was, I mean, let's see, I'm looking through his IMDb list. So yeah, Big Chill's on there, Body Heat, Gorky Park, Kiss of the Spider-Woman, Children of Lesser God, Broadcast News. These are all things that we would see as being nominated for Oscars, but I never went to see any of them.
No.
I mean, like, the thing is, like, it wasn't until much later that I actually saw him and went, oh, that's who William Hurt is. I'm even looking through the list trying to find what it was. Oh, it probably was Lost in Space.
Oh, wow, with Mimi Rogers.
Right.
And Matthew LeBlanc. Oh, okay.
And Matt LeBlanc.
Yes.
Like one of the first big film roles that didn't involve a monkey.
Oh, yeah.
And as I'm looking through the list, that's probably the first thing that I saw him in. And then but the thing is, he has 103 credits on IMDb, and it looks like from what I can just from gathering, he is constantly working and has been since his first appearance on Kojak.
Oh.
Every year, he seems to have been in at least one movie or television show.
Okay, now hold on. If you're listening and you say Kojak, Google it because you should. Telly Savalas deserves a little bit of your love for he meant to pop culture in the 70s.
That's right. Yeah, he was a dominant force.
We still have lollipops because of him.
That's right.
That's right.
Still make bald jokes about Kojak.
Yes.
He was one of the first leading men that had this entirely head.
So maybe at this point you're listening and you're saying, are you guys going to get to the minute?
The Hulk? Yeah.
Are you going to get to the minute?
Right.
There's a reason why we're filling a little bit today.
Exactly, because it really is just it's just basically them having a conversation. So and we've already seen the set, so almost all the incidentals there's not a lot we can do about that we haven't already covered. I guess to pick up right from where we left off.
Right. Where do we pick up?
We go from let's see if he's been talking to anyone, and that's the Major Spar is in the computer trying to figure out what he's been going on. So then, Ross walks to the rope, check and sees like, oh, that's what Banner did. That's pretty clever.
How he got away from me.
That's how he escaped from my commando team. Right. So then Blonsky has like a big chunk of text like that he goes through, and basically trying to like say what just happened? Like, can someone explain to me what this was? Because when he's talking, he says, excuse me, sir, does anyone want to know what went down in there? Because he didn't lose us, and he was not alone, sir. Like, we had him, and then something hit us. Something big hit us. So, like, he's still under the and from his perspective, incredibly rational explanation of Banner went into this place because the big guy was there.
Was there to help him, right?
And then the big guy helped him escape.
Right.
So he has not put it together, because why would he?
No reason.
As a disciplined soldier of the world who's seen many things, why would he imagine that was different? And then then the best line of the whole scene is, it threw a forklift truck like it was a softball, and his delivery of that is fantastic. I mean, like,
I want to make the noise like
it was a softball.
I didn't have a I didn't have a bat to swing at it. Come on.
And then the important line for the future of Blonsky is, it was the most powerful thing I've ever seen. And when he hits that powerful, that's when you know, like, there's your foreshadowing right there.
Right. Because
it's about the power.
Well, and when he says it, I mean, this is acting again. Mm-hmm. That word is layered in envy. You can sense the envy in his, like, and I want to know how I get some.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, it's pretty good. It's great.
And then Ross just blows him off.
Oh yeah.
Ross is like, well, it's gone. Mm-hmm. Like, just like, okay, well, you didn't get him, so oh well. This is a 4-star general, so and he's still under his command, but he still pushes on. So I give him credit for that. If Banner knows what it is, I'm gonna track him down. I'm gonna put my foot on his throat.
Right.
Yeah, like he is not giving. Like I am not backing down.
No,
I'm not giving up.
I'm addicted. I'm on it.
I'm going after this. Whatever these two guys.
Right.
And that's when Ross reveals to him that was Banner, and off of his shocked expression, it was Banner. And that's when, like, the penny drops, and you get to see Blonsky going,
the revelation.
Oh, yeah, there's like a lot. Like, it's like, again, you get to see a lot of things play out. This is what the great actors can do. That, like, you know, in my limited time on the stage in high school and college, I could not master having the expression of seeing multiple things go across your face, of like taking stuff in and reacting to it without saying anything. Like Martin Freeman is a good example of this.
Oh, okay.
Like they say, if you look at Martin Freeman, he can hold 3 ideas in his head at the same time without saying a word. That's what, like, quote I've heard from somebody. Like Peter Jackson, I think, was talking about him, and it's like, and it's absolutely true, because you can see it play across his face. I don't know how they do it.
Right.
And you can see it here with Tim Roth. Multiple things play across his face when he says that, of like, oh, now that makes sense. Like, that's not going to stop me, and how do I get some of that?
Well, and wrapped up in, oh, I'm getting him.
Yeah.
And it's Banner. And if Banner has to die, I don't care. I'm going to do whatever it takes, right? And you have that sort of thunderbolt. You know, William Hurt has this great reaction of, well, that's cool, because I need someone who will be relentless.
Yeah.
But, oh, yeah, also my daughter.
Yeah, which he still has not revealed that little part of it, too.
Right? So there's a lot going on.
Yeah. And then, so then Blonsky says, you're going to have to explain, and we don't know what, because that's when the minute ends.
That's the minute?
It ends in the middle of the thing. So, so it's basically this confrontation between these two guys.
Acting.
Yeah, acting.
This was a minute of acting.
Just pure acting. Like,
and
lock
again,
him in a
to
room.
think that this is his first day on the set? It's Mr. Roth.
Right.
Way to go.
I know. And Louis Leterrier for getting them both there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, all right, so that ends minute 28. So to see the end of that sentence and then find out what happens. Will they come to blows? Will he be demoted or fired? You'll have to find out in minute 29. So in the meantime, if you're enjoying what you're hearing, perhaps you would like to contribute to us financially. We have a way to do that. Over at Patreon, you can become a donor even to as low as $1 a month. One lousy dollar. You can't even get a cup of coffee for $1 anymore. You get access to advanced versions of this show and some of our other shows. There are live streams. There's all kinds of stuff. You can find out more at thenextreel.com/Patreon.
Wait, hold on a second. $1, if you're listening to this on average 4 weeks a month, that's 20 episodes.
Yes.
These are 5 cents each.
Yes.
At $1.
Right. Come on. It's amazing. I mean, you can buy a terrible episode of a television show for like $3.
We won't mention any of those right now.
No, of course not. We don't want to throw anybody under the bus.
No.
But think of it, a nickel.
We would appreciate it.
We would.
Thank
and
you.
It'll help us keep bandwidth is not free, folks. We'd love it if it was, but now there are microphones. So, in
true.
the meantime, thank you all for listening. I hope you had a smashing good time. Until next time, true believers.
Bye.